Welcome to Now to Next, the podcast where we talk about career skills and growth. My name is Adnan Sohail. I'm your host, and I'm very much happy to invite once again Sohaib Hasan, a Dubai-based LinkedIn influencer, personal branding coach, and a career advisor. Sohaib has helped thousands of professionals to build a strong online presence and take maximum advantage from LinkedIn. Sohaib, welcome and thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much, Adnan, for having me today. I'm very excited to be here and looking forward to sharing some valuable insights with your audience.
Wonderful. Today's topic is most common LinkedIn scams, how to spot them and how to handle them. LinkedIn is an incredible platform for professionals in order to network, look for a job, and get connected with like-minded people. But it also attracts scammers looking to exploit unsuspecting users. So, hey, can you walk us through what are some common scams which people can face on LinkedIn?
Oh, of course, Adnan. There are several common scams on LinkedIn that users should be aware of. First and foremost, there is this fake job offer scam where scammers post as the recruiters or employers, and they offer very lucrative and attractive job opportunities to them. They may ask for their personal information or even request for a payment through a URL or a web page for processing various fees, visas, or even including the background checks, I would say. Another prevalent scam is the phishing scam, in my opinion, where users receive messages with links and URLs that lead them to fake websites where the site owners, they aim to steal login credentials or other sensitive information. So I think these two are the most common scam, in my opinion, for the members that they receive.
Definitely very concerning, and personally I have seen these things are happening because as a very eager regular user of LinkedIn, I keep on receiving such kind of things. So what are the other than this scam of the job offer, what other scams can we face, and or you say that my audience must be cautious?
All right, Adnan, since we are talking about the common scam, so another common scam is the connection request scam, where scammers, they send connection requests to establish trust over the period of time, and then they try to pitch fake investment opportunities or even services within the similar capacity. They may also send money or donation. They may also request even for money and donation for different charitable causes, for example, or some volunteer sport, let's say. So you have to be very cautious, especially when you're dealing with members across any social media platform, not even on LinkedIn, even on Facebook, on Instagram, that you have to be very cautious that who you are connecting to, the messages, the URLs within the messages, and how it can affect you monetarily and to your account as well. It might have some repercussions. The profile visitor scam is also another thing that maybe we can discuss here, where scammers use fake profiles to visit other people's profiles, hoping to attract their curiosity and then eventually lead them to connect or click on suspicious links.
These scams are very much tricky to spot, and especially when you talk about some messages coming on humanitarian grounds, someone is not feeling well emotionally, they try to cheat you. Not only just LinkedIn, through your WhatsApp number, in your emails, and as a human being, sometimes you want to give a thought to that yes, why not to help this person?
Exactly.
But definitely it's quite tricky. So what are some tips you can share to help our listeners identify and avoid falling victim of such scams?
First and foremost, it's crucial to be cautious when receiving connection requests or messages especially from unknown individuals. Now, if they promise unrealistic job opportunities or demand personal information up front, this is important. Always verify the legitimacy of the sender's profile before taking any action. Beware of links and attachments which are shared in the messages, particularly from unknown sources, unknown people, and you might have connected somewhere in the past and you don't know. Avoid clicking on them until you are 100% sure and you have independently verified their authenticity.
Don't forget to hit follow on my LinkedIn for upcoming podcasts and share this episode with your network.
Great advice, Sohaib. Vigilance is key. I totally agree with you. Now let's discuss that how to handle these scams after spotting them. What steps should someone take?
All right, so now to handle these kind of scams, if you suspect a message or connection request to be a scam, Adnan, it's best to report it to the LinkedIn support team immediately. If you think this is a red alert, this message is a red alert, you can do this by clicking on the three dots on your profile and just go in the contact support. You'll definitely find it, and then you can reach out to them by filling out a form, and you can share your concerns with the team. For phishing attempts or suspicious links, never provide your personal information or your login credentials or any other, for example, your bank card, your passport details. If you think that these links are suspicious or the scammers, they are trying to collect the information, unless you are 100% sure. Instead, report this message, delete it, or simply ignore it, and consider changing your LinkedIn password right away to ensure your account security. Now, we might have seen people, they have not changed their password for like 1 year or 2 years. So it is always a good practice to, at least I would say, change your password every 4 to 6 months and keep it fresh. And these are, some of the ways that you can use to avoid these kind of scams.
Wow, that's great. Very actionable steps. This information definitely is going to help my listeners. So now let's move to the next thing, that's about personal branding and networking on LinkedIn, because that's the core purpose of LinkedIn as a platform. How can professionals build an authentic personal brand while also protecting themselves from potential scams?
Great. This is a good question. Now, building an authentic personal brand on LinkedIn, Adnan, is all about showcasing your expertise, sharing the valuable content, and engaging with your network. You can regularly post about topics related to your industry, profession, participate in meaningful discussions, and even offer helpful insights to establish yourself as a thought leader on LinkedIn. Now, to protect yourself from scams, be cautious about the information you share publicly. Avoid posting sensitive personal details that scammers could exploit. They may use so even while you are sharing a content, whether it's an image or it's a text post. Make sure you are not revealing any kind of personal information which can be later used to exploit you or your account. So these are the ways that how you can brand yourself on LinkedIn, by sharing your expertise, your success journeys. But in the meantime, you have to be cautious that you are not revealing any personal or sensitive information, and even the login credentials.
I want to understand a little bit more when someone is viewing your profile, and then you will go back and you will try to see profile of that person, and how you can spot that it's a fake profile. Because I know that people put a lot of information on their profiles when it's a genuine one, but when it's the fake one, definitely you will see that there are some common mistakes or glitches which people can see. For example, you would see that all the name is written in lowercase, right? Or you will see that with their name they own write themselves like sir or Mr. or Miss. Or you will not see that a lot of activities happening on their account. So these are some few things just clicking in my mind. That what do you think that how people can see that when they are viewing the profile of other, that if it is a fake profile or if it's a genuine one?
All right. So Adnan, I think you have already mentioned that once you are reviewing someone's profile who has visited your profile, and now you're reviewing their profile, so you can always go to their profile and see if the profile is 100% complete. And now if the profile is 100% complete, it's a good sign that the person has made an effort and the profile is 100% complete. But then you can also go and see the activity section if the person is posting something. Now, the most important thing here is that people, they are not connected with other LinkedIn members on their profile, which would mark 500 and plus connections. Now, this tells you that the profile might be new. The profile is a new profile, although it's completed, although they have posted a couple of things maybe in the past,
or in the past couple of weeks, but still they are not very well connected with other members on LinkedIn. Now, to me, this appears to be fishy because even if the profile is new, at least you would have 200, 300, or even 500 plus connections over the time. So I would rather not take any action for such profiles unless they are old on this platform before I click, or even if they share something, I would rather avoid. And then you can also go through the profile and see if there are any, for example, spelling errors, or there are experience section which is not very well written and there is no synergy. And obviously you will come across, people, those fake profiles, they have worked in company A for 5 years, so they have like stretched span of work, 5 years in one company and then again 3 years, and all those companies are like big companies. So and then you can also see if they have some recommendation on their profile. If they have zero recommendation, obviously this is another sign. I'm not saying that this profile is a fake profile or they have scams to offer, but if someone has 500 plus connections, someone is on the platform for many months, someone is posting regularly, someone is engaging regularly, profile sections are filled out, even your skills section has been endorsed by many people. You can also go for the recommendation section if people have recommended that profile, and you can also see the date of the recommendation. So you see like, okay, on this person's profile, someone has recommended, someone has written a recommendation, and that recommendation is dated last year. This recommendation is dated 2 years, so the person exists. So like, just having a closer view of the profile, you will go to the point where you can establish your trust level, whether or not to click on any links coming from that person or not. Alternatively, you can just connect with them and then just have a chat, it's okay. But be careful in revealing any personal information right away.
That's wonderful. Especially, again, it's coming in my mind when you talk about the job offer. Like, that most of the people using LinkedIn in order to search a job or to land to the next opportunity. And that's kind of a emotional or sensitive thing, that when someone is receiving a job offer or connection request from a potential recruiter talking about, hey, I want to hire you, I looked at your profile. So I would say that as an individual or as a job seeker, or when I will be in a position to look for a job, I would definitely look for a few things. That one, who is the person sending me, from where he or she is. Like if someone is sitting in any other part of the world and talking about it, hey, we are in Dubai-based company, but her or his profile is showing that she is not even based here.
Yes.
So that's a question mark.
Exactly.
Secondly, the company he or she is working, there is no logo or profile of the company on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Then third thing is the language which they are using. Sometimes it's a quite straightforward language. Hey, we are having a job offer for you, I'm interested.
And even
in
if
your
you have not
profile.
applied for that,
You even didn't apply for. And then you can see that the way they have written that message or that email, that's not formal. That's not the way as a recruiter writes.
Okay.
They didn't provide any information about them, like their website, their email ID or something. Job offer immediately, without knowing who you are, without doing interview, they will throw a job offer. Hey, we are having a $20,000 job for you. So as an individual, you have to be conscious about all these things. Don't be overexcited that, hey, I got a job offer and now I'm gonna send my passport and all the details. So it's better to be more conscious on that points. So Sohaib, thank you so much. Those all are excellent tips which you have shared with our audience in order to create a personal brand on LinkedIn, as well as to avoid any kind of scams. So as we are going to wrap up this quick conversation, do you have any final thoughts or advice you would like to share with the audience?
Absolutely, Adnan. Now, always remember that on LinkedIn, as with any other social media platform, trust your instincts and be very cautious. Prioritize building connections, genuine connection, I would say, and relationship, and stay informed about the latest scams to protect yourself and your network. Keep checking LinkedIn, latest information. Check out on Google what are the latest scams. so you can protect yourself, whether it involves your privacy settings of your social platform, or it may involve your browser settings, I would say even, all right? Your Wi-Fi settings can reveal sometimes the sensitive or your personal information. So just be very careful when, especially when you are on digital platform, how you're connecting, how you're interacting, how you're revealing your information, and how it can backfire.
Wise and very helpful. Thank you so much, Sohaib. Thank you once again for joining me today, and all the listeners who joined us. Thank you very much. I appreciate really, Sohaib, your time and the expertise which you share with our audience, particularly on this thing, because in today's world, we cannot avoid LinkedIn and the social platform.
Right.
How to be more cautious and navigate it in a way that there is no trouble for you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Adnan, for having me. It was a pleasure discussing these important topics with you, and looking forward to our next podcast.
That's it for today's episode of Now to Next. We hope you found our discussion with Sohaib Hasan insightful, and you are now better equipped in order to spot and handle common LinkedIn scams. As always, stay tuned for more exciting episodes coming up, and don't forget to subscribe our podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, and follow myself, Adnan Sohail, and Sohaib Hasan on LinkedIn. Until next time, keep growing and thriving on LinkedIn and beyond. Take care.